welcome to my video. I hope that you're having an amazing day filled with creativity. So, on to today's video. This is my 30-day anime art challenge, and if you guys have been following me for a while, this is like a yearly challenge that I do. And I have set my rule. I have set rules for myself, but before I get onto them, this is like the second to last video that I'm doing. This one is the last video on YouTube for this series that I'm doing, and I have been posting here on YouTube and over on Patreon, and both are free to watch, so go check them out if you want to see more of these videos. And onto the rules. So I did these rules, sorry, I better say this, I did these rules so I'm not doing the same things over and over again, and it's something new each time. So number one is I draw one thing for each day. So the first time I did this, I decided that to draw full-on scenes, and if I couldn't decide between animes, I would choose between both or draw up to 5 different animes, and this was very demanding, so I decided in the future I wouldn't do this. However, I do break this a few times. One of them is this one today, and I thought I only did it like once or twice, but I didn't realize I did it as much as I have done, if you know what I mean. But it's not as been demanding as the first time, because most of the time when I have do these full-on scenes, they're nice and simplistic and stuff. There was only like one, which is the Urza one, which was like full-on drawing all character and detail and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I carried on to number two is I can't draw the same thing as I have done the years before. So this is so each challenge is new, and I draw something different each time, year after year. So I'm not drawing the same things over and over again. The only thing that stays the same, however, is the first day, which is what was my first anime that I ever watched, and that is over on my Patreon. If you want to go watch that one, it's there. And like I said, it's free to watch. So I have been posting videos here on Friday, and I'm sorry this is late because this should have been like last Friday, but yeah, I'm sorry. But I've been posting here on Friday and then on Patreon on Mondays. So some of my content on Patreon is free, but it is only on Patreon. So if you would like to see more of my content, go over there. You could still just watch the free stuff, or you can, join the family. That's fine. Totally up to you. So yeah, on to this day, which is day 26, which is best anime fight. So I have chosen a fight from Tokyo Revengers, which is between Mikey and Osanai, and I didn't realize that I had sorry, I'm lost. uh Yes, sorry. So I haven't watched Tokyo Revenge in ages. It's that long ago actually that season 2 was just coming out, and I think season 3 is coming out now, but I might be wrong. I did try and find it, and it is over on Disney Plus, but it says that series 3 is part of season 2, but Google says otherwise, and I know Disney and Netflix like to combine and mess the series up. So comment below which ones which are, if I'm right, wrong, if Google's right, you know what I mean. I'd like to know where I am up to this, but yeah, I've seen season 1 and that was great. Like, I would advise to watch this, and I'm gonna watch this again, like all the other animes that I've been watching. I'm gonna rewatch them all. So I'm gonna do a plot refresher for you. This is what Tokyo Revengers, and you can watch this. There will be spoilers in this video, so you can watch the series and then come back here. That's totally up to you. But here is the plot, and I'm sorry if I say any of the names wrong. If I do, I'll put them on the screen. So Hanachi Takamichi lives an unsatisfying life right up until his death. Waking up 12 years in the past, he reckons with the eventual fate of his friends and tries to prevent an unfortunate future. Takamichi Hachichi is a freelancer that's reached the absolute pits of despair in his life. He finds out that his only girlfriend he's ever had in middle school, Hinata Tachibana, has been killed by a ruthless Tokyo Manji gang. The day after hearing about her death, he's standing on the station platform and ends up being pushed over into the tracks by a herd of people. He closes his eyes, thinking he's about to die, but when he opens his eyes back up, he somehow has gone back in time 12 years. Now that he's living back in the past days of his life, Tachimichi takes to get revenge on his life. This is the basic plot of Tokyo Revengers and how the story starts. This is pretty much everything I'm pretty sure that's in the first episode of Tokyo Revengers. So if you don't want to have any spoilers, then mute it or pause it. But I'll go watch it. It's amazing. But I remember watching this fight and I was really excited. And I don't know if it's the right word, but I was like really delighted, eager to see him, Mikey fight and to see what he ended up. And to see that he just ended up in one kick there, done. Might have just been a little bit too much. Like, it was just one blow and Osanai was down. Just wow. So yeah, like there wasn't much there, but it ended really quickly. So what's your favorite anime fight? I would like to know from any anime, but I'd also like to know from this anime, what is your favorite fight from Tokyo Revengers? That'd be cool. So when drawing this, I don't know if you have noticed, but I did the shapes and I did try to refine those shapes like I normally do, but nothing was adding up. So I did have to go back over and start over with the shapes and then refine those shapes. And I'm glad I did that because it looked a whole lot better in my eyes. So I'm going to tell you a couple of facts I found about Tokyo Revengers that I just found interesting and sweet. Nothing that could spoil you too much. I don't want to really be bad in this video. So here we are. So number one, a juvenile delinquent with a heart of gold. So despite Dragon's intimidating looks, he is actually one of the few gang members with a kind heart. In fact, it's fair to say that Dragon is the only thug with the strongest moral awareness compared to other thugs. Similar to Mikey, Dragon despises and forbids any illegal activities from gambling, and to attacking innocent civilians. So there are moments where Dragon disbands gambling events. Perhaps Dragon is the perfect example of saying don't judge a book by its cover. So number two, Hanakachi Tachi Michi is an atypical shoujin protagonist. So unlike the many other outgoing and confident driven protagonists, Takemichi is introduced as a timid, insecure young man who struggles with finding a path in life. His lack of purpose and his financial instability causes him to envy the wealthy individuals in society. So Takemichi's passive nature and self deprecating views fuel his self-destructive behavior. He is known for being insensibly apologetic and overly emotional. It's not until he travels back in time that he drops his pathetic ways and becomes truly brave and determined. Number three, Mikey is a very talented motorbike mechanic. So Mikey doesn't just know how to ride a motorcycle, he also knows how to fix and assemble one as well. So in his younger years, Mikey was very close to his older brother, Shinjuricho, who was an expert mechanic and even owned his own bike shop, SS Motor. Mikey likely spent lots of time with his brother in his bike shop and eventually picked up on all the best motorbike mechanic tips and tricks. So Mikey eventually spent enough time with his older brother's shop and learned how to tune, assemble and fix bikes on his own. So hopefully his big brother would be proud of him. And number four, despite Mikey's popularity, fans don't want to date him. So Japan loves its popularity polls, its anime characters, and checking out who are fan favorites and which characters need more time to win views over. So despite Mikey's immense popularity and essentially being the face of Tokyo Revengers, even with Takemichi being the series protagonist, Mikey ranked as number one for the series' top worst boyfriends. If that wasn't enough, he also ranked number two among the top three worst husbands as well. So even though Mikey is a heartthrob to the Tokyo Revengers fandom, they do also admire him, but they admire him from afar and they know that he can be a bit of a handful from time to time. And number five, it's similar to an is isekai anime, but it's not an isekai man anime. So many other series that involve time travel, viewers often mistakenly place it under the isekai subgenre, which is a type of fantasy where one or more characters are transported to another world and they shift to an alternate world in isekai. It's it's usually triggered by an accident, head injury, or a collision with a moving vehicle. So in Tachimiki's case, his first encounter with time travel occurs when he's pushed into tracks in front of him on an oncoming train. But this gives the series an Ichigai-like feel, but because he travels in the past rather to a different world, Tokyo Revengers isn't considered an Ichigai anime. So there are all the facts, and this is everything that I kind of can tell you about Tokyo Revengers. It's a really good anime. I would advise it. And this is me drawing the fight, and I'm really happy with this. However, I do wish that I did the lines or something on the face a bit more darker. I thought I was getting better at this, but apparently not with this one. But I'm really happy with what I've done. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you do your art and post it because I'd love to see some. That'd be cool. But yeah, if you do this, I'd love to see what you think, what your best fight is and what your anime moments are. That'd be cool. But yeah, so obviously with this piece, I've been doing it opposite, if you know what I mean. So then in the end, I had to switch so it was in the right order. But you can see that sooner or later. But yeah, so that's pretty much me done. Try not to ramble, but yeah. So I hope that you have a lovely day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you more over on my Patreon and over here. That'd be lovely. I'd love to see you like, comment, and subscribe. That's all. Thank you. See you. Bye.